research case concluded that over 5 trillion plastic bags gets produced yearly, and only a fraction of that actually gets recycled. This is according to the Daily Campus March 7th, 2018 edition. Now, although this number may seem a bit far-fetched, when you think about the amount of plastic bags you have lying around your house, the numerous occasions where you've bought plastic bags instead of using a recyclable one, and even the countless amount of times you've seen plastic bags roaming the streets even in trash cans, it is not difficult to see how the numbers can be added up. Plastic bags are so deeply rooted into our society that we deem it as an essential. And the carelessness that is associated with this topic has resulted in more harmful effects than we know. We are far too dependent on plastic bags that we fail to acknowledge the urgency of this issue. We must be educated of the effects that plastic bags can have and what we can do in order to make the right, effective, and long-lasting impacts on this world. Additionally, by spreading the awareness of this issue, we can push for more plastic bag bans in order to regulate the production and the use of such items. Today I'll be talking to you about the problems, causes, and solutions of plastic bag usage. First, let's talk about the problems. Now, the problems concerning this topic has been seen negatively affecting different areas of our life, like political barriers, as well as our personal and environmental aspects. For example, according to the Targeted News Service from January 2020, it states that preemptive laws make it nearly impossible for local states or local counties to take part in this movement because statewide laws trump local laws. In other words, these local counties cannot take part in such actions because they are unable to override such state laws. To simplify, basically a U.S. has over a third of laws that allow plastics and the use of plastic bags to fester and grow. A prime example of this can be seen when Missouri actually passed a bill in 2015 where they prohibited political groups from prohibiting such plastic bans and inhibiting taxes and even fees on plastic bags. As one can see, this definitely causes tension within the political area of our life. Another area in which plastic bags can be affecting us is more so in our personal lives. This can be seen with the harmful chemicals that come from plastic bags. Plastic bags contain microplastics, which are basically bits and pieces of plastic that contain toxins. And according to the LA Times October 21st, 2019 edition, these chemicals have been linked to miscarriages, birth defects, and even fertility issues. Now, the most detrimental and devastating effects that can be seen from plastic bag usage is in our environment and our ecosystem. According to the Los Angeles Times January 24th, 2019 edition, it reports that plastic bags are not biodegradable, and a lot of these items can be ingested by sea life and creatures, basically killing them instantly. According to the Wall Street Journal June 22nd, 2019 edition, plastic bags have been found in nearly 60% of seabirds and 100% of all sea turtle species. In addition to that, in 2018, 3 major whale deaths were associated with plastic pollution. In the Chatelaine English edition of April and May 2019, it states that these plastic bags and plastic material in general kills these sea creatures because they oftentimes mistake them as food, and they can also be suffocated and entangled in these items. Now that I've talked to you about the problems around this topic, let's talk about the causes. Now, the causes around this issue mainly stem from the lack of education and understanding that we have about plastic bag usage. Plastic bags are never recycled at a high level, and we oftentimes think that once we do recycle them that they will be turned into new products. However, that is not the case. Much of these plastic bags and plastic material ends up in landfills and oftentimes gets shipped overseas to underprivileged countries that don't have the right resources and capabilities to handle them appropriately. As previously mentioned, another main cause from this overall issue is the lack of government support, which allows the issue to advance without such urgency. If there's only 8 states out of 50 that contribute to plastic bag bans, and this allows individuals to not have an interest in helping. Because if they don't see more states or other individuals reinforcing or acting upon this issue, then they too will not have an interest in it. Now that I've talked to you about the causes, let's talk about the solutions. Now, the solutions concerning this issue really depend on individuals and their willingness to contribute to helping and solving this overall problem. Now, these solutions can be implemented into our lives very easily, and this can be seen by simply declining plastic bags when they are offered to you in supermarkets, bringing your own reusable bags instead, and if you leave it in the car, take the time to go back and actually get it, because that will make a big difference. Also, just by reusing these plastic bags, and if you do purchase them, make sure that you reuse them a multiple amount of times in order to get the correct amount of usage and to help combat this overall issue. Also, by seeking more reliable recycling options, we will be able to diminish the fact that these plastic bags and other plastics get put into landfills. If we do the correct research in which companies and corporations really do take the time to recycle and deal with these plastic bags effectively, then that will diminish the overall rise in landfills and oversee pollution. Also, most importantly, just by pushing for plastic bag bans, because a lot of individuals fail to acknowledge that these bans actually aim to encourage a shift in reusable shopping bags as well as sustainable products. Now that I've talked to you about the solutions, it is clear to see that there are viable options to solve this problem. Today I've shared with you the problems, causes, and solutions of plastic bags. And although a lot of the information to you might have been new, a lot of it was just common sense. And if we just simply use that knowledge and spread it among society and other individuals, we will be seeing a large impact and a more effective use on such plastic items. Being aware of the danger effects will ultimately lead us to making better decisions for not only us, but future generations as well as the wildlife. The lifespan of using plastic bags lasts only for 15 minutes or so, but the lasting effect it can have on our world can be seen in thousands of years. So next time when you have the choice of using reusable bags or using just regular plastic bags, make the smarter decision for the sake of not only yourself, but the environment as well.